Well, thank you for joining us. And if Mondays weren't hard enough, it started cloudy and rainy. And although we have a small break a little bit right now in Central Arkansas, Tracy, rain could be coming back again.
It is. We are going to get another round of rain, but the good news is, let's just first say that you woke up this morning, it was a bit of a muggy Monday.
Yes.
Yeah, it did not feel like December. So the rain we're going to get today is accompanied by a frontal boundary, and that's going to usher in some cooler weather. So looking across the state right now, you can see the majority of the activity is to our north, but a few little light showers are possible. But in Central Arkansas, so far, just some lower clouds is all that we're dealing with here. But again, you could see a small little shower pass through. But we do have cloudy days ahead, and we could have some of those storms this afternoon that are a bit strong. Not looking for them to be severe, but we'll talk more about that in a minute. But that active pattern will continue for the next few days. 68, can't believe that it's December out there, and even some 70s here and there. But we will see those clouds linger for the rest of the day and a few showers here and there. And we're going to talk more about those possible thunderstorms accompanied by that frontal boundary coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Tracy, thank you. An Arkansas man stood before a federal judge this morning. We're working to learn more on how Nathan Hughes will be sentenced for his involvement in the January 6th Capitol riot. Hughes entered a guilty plea to multiple charges earlier this year. That includes civil disorder and assault of law enforcement officers. Lawyers recommend Hughes spend between 2 to 4 years in prison. Of course, we'll provide you new details once they're released from the courtroom. At the state level, an investigation is underway to determine what caused a deadly house fire. Fire crews arrived to a home in Jefferson County last Friday. The remains of the home's owner, James Aggie, were later found inside. His body remains at the state crime lab as authorities continue their investigation. Sightings of mysterious drones have prompted reaction from U.S. Congress. Natalie Brand has more on the pressure being placed on federal security to get involved.
With yet another sighting Monday morning, concern is growing over the mysterious drone appearances across multiple states.
It's hovering, it's sitting right there.
In New Jersey, authorities released a heat map to help track drone sightings in real time.
This is a national public safety and security issue, right? If they aren't foreign drones, then it is a state public safety issue.
Local officials are urging the federal government to give them more control over their skies.
Right now, only parts of the Department of Justice, Department of Homeland Security, and Department of Defense are allowed to detect and mitigate drones.
Lawmakers are calling for immediate action to address the concern.
What the drone issue points out are kind of gaps in our agencies, gaps in our authorities, and I think Americans are finding it hard to believe. We can't figure out where these are coming from.
The FBI and Department of Homeland Security say there is no evidence of a current threat to national security or public safety.
Some of those drone sightings are, in fact, drones. Some are manned aircraft that are commonly mistaken for drones.
Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas says the federal government has deployed additional resources and personnel to address the drone sightings. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Well, as we speak, the city of Little Rock is sharing new details on economic developments for the capital city. The company L Rock RX Compounding Pharmacy held a grand opening for a new facility in Little Rock. Compounding Pharmacy specializes in creating customized medicines to meet unique patient requirements. The pharmacy will provide options for creams, sterile injections, and weight loss. Our team is at the ceremony working to bring you new details during our evening coverage. The Little Rock watershed received a hefty donation this morning. Summit Utilities presented them with a $10,000 check. It got started just minutes before we came on air. In addition, Summit donated 100 blankets. The Resource Center is known for its abundant amount of assistance provided to the community. Well, a report received by Governor Sanders indicates progress is being made in the Arkansas Forward initiative. The governor claims the report took a sweeping look at government efficiency. Her office suggests the state could save $300 million in taxpayer costs. The focus areas include information technology, state employees, and state buildings. The plan also calls for a redesign for a process known as procurement, which determines how the state processes, purchases, and receives goods. Now, in a statement, Sanders says many initiatives under Arkansas Forward are already underway, and she quotes, looks forward to this project continuing and reducing the burden of government on our taxpayers, end quote. Now, we have a full in-depth look at the report on THV11.com. In 9 days, the wrapping paper will be torn open as families spend Christmas morning opening gifts. Some might even find a new addition to the family under the tree. But you should consider the long-term responsibilities before gifting someone with a new pet. Jose Carranza explains why.
A furry friend for Christmas can be a big responsibility.
You should be expecting to take it on for 10 to 15 years, if not longer.
But fearful shelters shouldn't discourage paws and claws underneath the tree.
This idea that there's a wave of returned pets after the holidays is not actually accurate. They get returned on and off all year. So, Best Friends is all for it. Yes, let's give pets as gifts, but let's do it in an informed way.
Best Friends Linda DeBerry says it should be a prepared surprise for the household.
Who's going to clean out the litter box? Who's going to clean up the puppy poop? Who's going to do the training and the feeding and that kind of thing?
If you choose to buy a puppy or kitten, animal shelters suggest you keep their vaccines and registrations updated. They also say to socialize the animal with friends and family, to associate new people with good things. With a no-kill 2025 goal, Best Friends suggest adopting a pet from a local shelter.
I adopted a dog from this shelter when I first started working here, and first night, I was like, what have I done? And now here we are 4 years later, and he's a great dog.
So you're adding something wonderful to your home, but you're also saving the life of an animal in need who just is looking for a home to be loved in.
Covering news where you live, Jose Carranza, 5 News.
Well, you have a chance to offer help in all forms across Central Arkansas. The Little Rock Compassion Center is asking its community for a lending hand. The center offers daily meals to those without. With Christmas around the corner, they're in dire need of food items. That includes turkeys, hams, potatoes, and other traditional goods. They're also asking for any spare winter clothing items. Donations can be dropped off on West Roosevelt Street. Children in North Little Rock got another chance to shop with a cop. The city's police department hosted its annual event at Target last night. 15 kids were paired with an officer. They were given a gift card to make holiday gift purchases and build new friendships.
It also allows the kids to know that, cops we just don't arrest bad guys. We actually help the community. We actually give back, and that's what it's all about.
The North Little Rock Police Department has spread the Christmas spirit to over 40 families so far this holiday season. A group in Fort Smith is calling for better pedestrian safety guidelines. Hear the reason for them speaking out at 12:18.
For Central Arkansas, we're getting a tiny bit of break from the rain showers, but we've got round 2 headed our way this afternoon. Stay with me. We're going to talk more about that forecast coming up right after the break.